What's going on, fellas? We're back with another video. Today we're talking about why these women leaving their husbands. And if you happen to be one of them people, man, stick around and find out why. But without further ado, we're gonna get into this shit right now, man. You know how I do. No intros, none of that fancy shit. We get right into the business, man. Let's go.
My husband and I have been separated for over a year now. And throughout this last year, as I'm having more conversations about what's going on, I am often getting remarks like, I am so shocked, what happened? Everything was fine, and then it wasn't, and I don't understand. Y'all seemed great. And here's the thing that's been really confusing throughout this experience is that he's such a good man with a good heart.
So at that time when she divorced his ass, she thought that she could do better. It's always this is always the case with these women, right? They think the grass is gonna be greener on the other side, and now she have checked out the ocean of fishes. You know how people say, "Oh, there's so much fishes in the ocean," or whatever the saying is. You know what I mean? You'll find somebody. And then she checked out the pool and she's like, yo, what I had, I can't find somebody that can top that. And now, after like years, or maybe, I don't know, 2, 3 years, but whatever she said, she's realizing that, hey, I fucked up. Pretty much.
And we truly were on so many levels and still are the greatest of friends. I mean, we were best friends.
I hope he don't take her back. I hope he's got a good woman and he's happy. They going on vacations. They're doing all the beautiful things as a couple should be doing, living a happy life and not even thinking about this woman for 1 second. I pray to God.
And there's a lot of love between us. And there hasn't been any, big betrayal or anything like that.
You betrayed his ass as soon you decided that you want to leave him for whatever reason you think, because you ain't giving us one reason why you left his ass. He was a good man. You said you guys had a good chemistry. Then what was the problem? You wanted to whore around and shit. You wanted to test out your options. You wanted to hook up with some other people that you thought that it'd be a good time.
But you may have heard before that a woman leaves emotionally long before she ever leaves physically. And that's why it feels so abrupt for so many. And, I think so many women carry the load of, the emotional connection of a relationship. But for me,
Man, what you telling me right now, whatever you saying from a man, right, who is in a relationship, who got a wife, whatever you saying to me is telling me that you still attached to that person, or else you wouldn't be making this video right now.
personally, it was the financial pressure of providing for the family and needing help with different things. Well, really not needing help, needing a partner in a lot of various ways. And year after year, expressing this in all of the ways that I knew how. Calmly, in tears, raising my voice, throwing fits, like in every way that I knew how.
So are you saying that you guys like weren't doing the best financially? Is that what you're saying? because I don't know what's going on. You look like you're in a nice SUV. It looks pretty brand new. Your makeup is nice. Your clothes are nice. You had this SUV when you were dating him, or were you when you were married with this guy, or you just got this SUV? Are you telling me that you upgraded your life uh after you like divorced him? I need more info, on this. But if you're driving the same car, if you have the same clothes on and nothing much changed financially, then guess what? You have played yourself.
Just be heard. And the thing is, there are many men out there that when their wives come to them with similar things, they have a complete disregard or they get defensive. That was not the case for me. It was very much in those moments, all of the right things, being said, and I believe genuinely those things were meant. And for whatever reason, actions just never followed. And kiddos, come in.
Fast forward 7 hours later, and my sweet boy is now asleep in bed. So we can finish this. One thing I want to say is that many people don't realize that broken trust doesn't always come in the form of some huge betrayal, some giant rupture. Broken trust happens in these micro moments over time, until you get to the point where it's like your spouse's word means nothing.
Okay. So, do you wanna explain what actually happened? If I feel like you just giving us little by little, like pieces of the stories, and we're not like really like trying to. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, but you were beating behind the bush. What it seemed like, cause you ain't said one thing that was bad about this guy. You know what I mean? So obviously, you ain't got nothing negative to say, and you just beating behind the bush trying to make it look like that, yo, you were right. But I can tell that you regret it now. I can tell by the way you're talking and all that stuff.
They can say something like, "Hey honey, I'll take out the trash later," and your first automatic thought is, "We'll see. We'll see."
Why though? Like, see, this is the problem, man. The problem is she, not him. If if he forgets to take out the trash, just remind the man, yo, like, hey baby, please don't forget to. Come on, men don't think the way women think. Okay, sometimes they have other shit on their mind, especially if you're a provider, protector, and everything else. Taking the trash out is not the biggest priority in our head. My girl asks me sometimes twice if I could, if not because I'm trying to ignore her, but I completely thinking about some other stuff at that time. And she's like, "Baby, could you just take out the trash?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, baby, I'm about to go do that right now." Or I'm like, "Baby, I'm gonna do that in 10 minutes because I'm doing something." Not so you think? Are you telling me that in her head she's like, "We'll see"? Hell no, man. She's not doing that. The problem is you, baby girl, not the man.
Or I'll believe it when I see it.
I'll believe it when I see it. She sounds toxic as fuck.
Because there's been so many words.
Man, you gotta give us a better example than taking out the trash out. I hope you do.
That have meant nothing.
Got a phone call last night and then I went to bed. So now, part 3.
We on the third video from this woman, but she ain't said much that's really making sense to me. I hope she I hope you had your coffee and you got a good sleep so you can break down your situation a little bit more in details, please. Thank you.
Finishing up this morning. I guess just the piece of advice that I need men to hear, and yes, women, but men, do not say something if you're not going to back it by action. Even if in the moment it serves, it offers comfort.
Yo, hold on. So far, what I've gotten from her story is that the man said that he gonna take out the trash, but he didn't take out trash. Um, so you ended a relationship over some trash or something that he forgot. Like, let's just say you ask him to grab something, or be like, "Yo, go to the grocery store later," but he forgets. He didn't forget. Sometimes he just like, "Yo, I got some other shit to do. You know what? My day has been planned out already. So what I'm gonna do is do it at this time." But and sometimes he forgets to tell that to the wife. And I don't know if you're still talking about this man after years of like broken up with him, honey. You are the problem. I don't see him making like videos about you. He probably happy somewhere. I pray he's happy somewhere, and I hope you find happiness too. But you gotta get that toxic shit out of your system, man. Oh yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. What? You think like when I talk to my woman about something and we agree on agreement? You think in my head I'm thinking that, oh, I'll believe it when I see it. Hell no, man. Yo, if start thinking like this, I'll be miserable and I would take it out on my family. I would never want to do that, man. Hell no. A lot of those people, man, they be creating a problem that's not even a problem in real life in their head. Stay the F away from those people, man.
So today is the day that
Why I got divorced?
I got divorced.
Congratulations.
And someone commented why I got divorced. And like, when do you know you need to file and it's over, right? This is probably like over a year of hurt and going back and forth. He was canceling therapy sessions, getting more into sexual addiction, and
He was getting okay. He was canceling. Excuse me. He was canceling the therapy sessions. Did you ask him why? And if you did, can you just like tell us why he said he didn't want to go into those therapy sessions? Cause sometimes people go into these like therapy and they don't see no improvement. So they're like, why am I wasting my money and time? Right? What do you think? Comment, please. Drop your thoughts in the comment, man. I'm gonna be replying to the comments and shit. And come on, man. Engage with your boy.
seeking things online.
Are you saying that this man was watching porn? If this man was watching porn, you gotta have a talk about this. Like, how many men watch porn? Come on now. Are you trying to like find you a man out there who don't watch porn? I'm not saying that I watch porn because I got a beautiful wife that I'm attracted to and I don't need, what I'm saying, to do any of that. We're, what I'm saying? Yeah. So like nah. And I feel like, me personally, like how I feel about porn is like, it's weak. You know what I mean? Like, you're pretty much like pleasing yourself looking at a screen, you know what I'm saying? When you're supposed to be with the actual woman or man, if you're a woman, Like, cause girls watch porn too. So I'm just saying. But I feel like there's more men who watches porn. I don't know. Uh, yeah. You need to ever sit down, like, honey, like, why are you watching porn? Is there something that you want to do that you fantasize about and you watch porn about, and then you know what I'm saying that you want to do with me? Things like that, yo. You know what I mean? Conversation, man. Not just, oh, he's watching porn. Oh, he's a creep. Okay, I'm gonna leave his ass.
But I'm not trying to bash him. Everyone has their own things that they battle with, and that was just his.
Yo, I would say 80% of men have watched porn in their lives or still watching porn. A big majority of people, men, watch porn.
And I couldn't take it anymore, being second best every time. And I did want to say that for the people who like second guess themselves all the time, their intuition, and they're told,
Yo, hold on. I know some couple who watch porn together. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta make it. I'm not saying you should do it, but I'm saying, yo, the people who wanna make it happen, they want to work out the relationship. They find something in between. You know what I'm saying? They either come up to an agreement, baby. You know what I'm saying? You have some type of fantasies, like, yo, you know, you trying to do this, okay, we can try it. Not saying that I might like it, I might not, you know, but you know, you my man, I love you and I want you to be happy. So, yo, I'm gonna let it slide one time and see what's going on. You know what I mean? You gotta
they're crazy. It's just their
tell me if I'm wrong.
insecurities. It's not your insecurities. There's a reason you're having that feeling, and my feeling was right. So today I signed the papers.
What?
The court approved it. It's signed, and the terms are under adultery. So that says it right there. You know.
All right.
But I really don't wish him any hate. I loved his family, and that was really hard to hear things that weren't true being said about me. But I do just want to say, like, I have no hate towards him, towards anyone he's possibly in a relationship we're talking to.
Damn, that boy already moved on, man. Talking to somebody else. Good for him. I hope that woman understands where he coming from. And I'm not, you know, trying to like bash her, but I just want her to understand that, yo, before you make a big like decision like this, you need to look around and see what's going on in the world, yo. Look up how many men watch porn. And then good luck finding the men that who don't or who never watched porn before. Yeah.
It's hard, and I'm not gonna act like it's fine. But everything happens for a reason, and sometimes people are in your life as lessons, and sometimes they're in your life as a lifetime, and that wasn't it. So
Thank you for sharing.
This is a pretty crazy fact. I asked ChatGPT why women file divorce at such a higher rate
That's actually true. They have done the research, and I think it's over 70% now in 2025.
than men, and it said unmet emotional needs, unequal household and emotional labor, more financial independence, and women tend to have higher expectations in a relationship.
Okay. Thank you, Rachel.
All know divorce is high, and 75% of divorce is led by women.
What did I just tell you guys? In the previous video, the woman says 70%. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's higher than that now in 2025. Now, this lady is saying 75%. You never know. Maybe next month we be at 80%. Or we already there. You never know.
Woman. Those people might say that it's a woman's fault. But you might actually say that it's because women pick up on what's wrong in a relationship before the man does. Things that you have to understand about women is you have to listen to them. We're more sensitive to negative emotion. That's why women notice threats sooner than men would. Women's threat detections is heightened. But when women come to you with their concerns, it's because they're very intuitive. She'll bring it to her husband. If he wants the marriage to work, then he will try to solve the problem quickly and efficiently. Always listen to your woman when she brings up concerns. Don't think that she's nagging. Don't think that she's just in a bad mood or she's PMSing. If she's concerned, pay attention.
Yes, conversation, communication is big. Is really big. Keeping a like relationship going healthy and smooth.
Listen, be empathetic.
That's it. Your video is done. All right, Tori.
3 years ago today, I left a 5-bedroom, 3 full bath, 3-car garage.
Why are you sitting like this? You know what you're doing, right? You know, you guys know what I'm talking about. This is no coincidence. The way she's sitting. Come on, man.
Beautiful fenced-in backyard home. To move into my mom's basement at 35 years old because I asked for
How you like that?
a divorce. I divorced the nice guy, knowing
How you like that?
I was not in love and not fulfilled in that marriage, and that we truly just were not compatible. I had no money because I had been running a successful business, but this all happened during COVID.
I mean, I feel like you're not that far away from that right now. You're living in your mom's basement.
And my business was an in-person business, so it was greatly affected by that. That on top of emotional and mental abuse I was dealing with and transition.
Hold on, he was abusing you? Nah, fuck that. Then you ain't gonna stay with nobody who abusing you. Mentally abusing you, physically, any type of abuse. I don't think anybody should be tolerating that. You gotta bounce. That ain't right.
Of leaving my home, I could barely function.
Hold on. I'm gonna go back. What she say? Was she being abused or she was like dealing with abuse after she bounced? Sorry guys. Just wanna understand a little bit more.
3-car garage, beautiful fenced-in backyard home. To move into my mom's basement at 35 years old because I asked for a divorce. I divorced the nice guy, knowing I was not in love and not fulfilled in that marriage, and that we truly just were not compatible. I had no money because I had been running a successful business, but this all happened during COVID, and my business was an in-person business, so it was greatly affected by that. That on top of emotional and mental abuse I was dealing with and transition of leaving my home,
Oh, I'm gonna take that back. She was dealing with mental abuse, emotional abuse, because she left the guy. He didn't do that. Yo, my bad, bro. Nah, I almost made you look like that you were abusing her. I apologize. Yo, you brought that upon yourself, girl.
could barely function to work because I was in such a dark place. I lost family. I lost friends. I had people make up blatant lies about me. Instead of just coming to me and talking to me, they assumed the worst in everything. I didn't know where I was going to go, and I lived with my mom for an entire summer until I found this crappy little townhome that I took because...
Yo, listen, man. People need to, just be happy and appreciate, even if they have an apartment the size of a closet. You need to look at what's going on around the world, yo. People can they can hardly even keep a roof over their head. So What are you trying to say? Oh, like a crappy townhouse. It's a townhouse. It's a blessing. You're not living with your mom anymore. You're not on the streets. You could be sleeping outside some store on a cardboard. That one thing I don't like. I mean, people are like, oh, you have a shitty car, but bro, you're not taking the bus though. You're not walking. You know, I just don't understand this shit, bro. Stop complaining about life. I can see why this shit ended now. Always, it's just never enough, for some people, man.
I could afford it. It was old.
And people like that will never be happy. You know what I'm saying? Even if she find the dream man that she desire or fantasize about, she's still gonna be, she's gonna find some type of a flaw. Because people like that, I know, never happy. Because they always wanna, even if she get a mansion next day, she be like, oh, but it's not a state though.
The basement flooded, but I made it my own. It was in a really bad neighborhood, and I constantly also had to deal with cops showing up at my neighbor's door. But again, I could afford it, and at that time, that's all that mattered. I was now not only a single mom, I had to figure everything out on
Feel
my
bad
own.
for the kids.
I had to get assistance with rent. I had to get help with food. I was in the lowest of lows. I went from being a six-figure successful business owner to barely surviving. Fast forward 3 years to today, and I am in this beautiful loft. I run 3 successful businesses.
Okay, I'm seeing some type of a positivity from her now. But still, yo, I would never be like, oh, I was in a shitty fucking place. Yo, nah. At least I had one. All this shit is like a part of your growth, part of your life. It's like God is writing a story on you. So it's gonna be ups and downs. You just gotta be, grateful for, having a fucking roof over your head and food in your belly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And I'm genuinely in love with who I am. The decision to divorce is not always easy. It is very scary.
Yo, what happened to women, trying to make it work? Like, where are those women at? Let me tell you where they're at. They're with their husband. There's always going to be ups and downs. They're always going to be like, at a point where you're going to be like, yo, you know what? I think I'm going to leave because whatever the case may be. But, yo, right now, I mean, at that time, that might seem really easy and the best option. But what's even like the best of the best option? Trying to make it work. Yeah. I mean, because these women come out and they be complaining about shit, and a lot of these women sound like, I ain't talking about her, but I'm talking about like some of the videos I've seen. People, them women's acting, just see the regret on their face. So woman, like, if you are female, you know what I'm saying, if you're a woman and if you're a man watching my video, and if you're going through something similar or having a similar thought, yo, how about, okay, if the person is 90% good and 20% is, maybe they need to work on something, make it work. If you're not in an abusive relationship, you know what I'm saying, if the respect is still there from both sides, I would suggest to make it work. Because outside, it's not all that what it seems to be. Trust me. I'm speaking from experience around from people around me.
But what I do know is it's scarier staying with somebody you are genuinely not in love with, because it's hurting them just as much as it's hurting you. I promise you, you will make it. And the minute you'll know you've made it is when you can authentically be yourself with 0 questions.
Okay. Good luck to you, Lacey.
Did you know that usually it's women that initiate divorce? Want to know why?
That's what I
They
heard.
complain that their wife does not put out in the bedroom. The reason why the women are getting divorced is because when they do put out, they still don't get what they need. And then they become resentful. When they married you, they wanted more than a sexual partner. They wanted a friend, a companion, a romantic partner, and someone who would help fulfill family obligations with them. So if they're putting out in the bedroom and you're not putting out in the rest of their life,
Bruh, listen. A woman gotta put out more than just in the bedroom. And the man gotta do the same. I'm not saying just woman, but the man gotta do the same. You gotta put out in the bedroom as a man, and you gotta put out outside the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you're running the household right. Making sure your wife don't have to worry about that shit. Making sure your bills are paid. Making sure, you know what I'm saying, them kids are in check. No kid no like disrespecting the mom in front of you, and you just be on your phone like it is what it is. She'll deal with it. Nah. But a woman also gotta, not only put out in the bedroom, because nah, she gotta be, all if the man is all around doing shit that he's supposed to do, standing on business, then woman gotta, I don't agree with what the fuck this guy's saying. Just cause she putting out in the bedroom now, everything else outside the bedroom don't matter? Or if it does matter, then why aren't you saying it?
they will resent you. Eventually, they're going to want to get away from you. And the reason why they're naggy or not fun is because they're tired and frustrated. Because it feels like no matter what they do, you won't do your part. Be a friend, be a romantic partner, fulfill family obligations, watch your marriage change.
Yeah, I agree with this guy, what he's saying in the end. But that should be from both sides too, It's a two-way street all the time. One person cannot do everything and then the other person be like, all right, I'm just gonna sit and, enjoy it. And if you in a marriage, sex for men especially, I can only speak for men, right? If you in a marriage, after 3-4 years, the excitement is not the same. Okay, and if you're a man, you know what I'm talking about. But you just, what I'm saying, when you in love with somebody, you have respect for them and they have the same respect and they make you proud every day. You're not like thinking like that. You're not even, what I'm saying, having sex. Like just to have sex is like a spiritual connection every time you guys do it. Like it's like something priceless, so it doesn't get like burnt out after all these years, because it's like a spiritual connection. It's a spiritual link up every time you guys do it. I don't know, I mean, I'm only speaking from my experience. I ain't, what I'm saying. If you guys haven't like discovered that yet, I wish you all the best, and I pray you do one day. So you know what I'm talking about. All right, doctor.
Ladies, we do not pursue relationships with men. We do not chase men, ever. That goes against nature. He has to pursue you. He has to lead. That is his role as a man. But again, that doesn't mean you don't show interest. If you're playing hard to get, if you're being nonchalant, you're not reciprocating interest after he's making efforts to pursue you, he will walk away, as he should. If you like him, you should reciprocate the interest. Make it clear that you are interested, but you are not initiating and you are not pursuing him. Also, you can't make him like you. No matter how many tips and tricks or advice you look at, you can't make him like you. All you can do is be great. Be all the things that I talked to you.
I like this woman. She's speaking. See. Usually, I'll be pausing the video and giving my 2 cents. I don't even have to do this video. Cause she know what she's talking about, man. Respect to her. Respect to her.
Your man wants. Work on yourself, work on self-development,
I bet she got a husband.
have things going for you. And if he doesn't like you, if he's not making a consistent effort to pursue you, then you can go find someone else who will.
Rachel, shout out to you, man.
You want to know why guys aren't the ones that are filing for divorce? Because they're going to work, they're coming home, they're doing whatever the hell they want. They're still playing their video games, they're still watching their football, they're still going out and seeing their friends, and all the other responsibilities, they're passing off to their wife. Is that them sacrificing their happiness? No way. It's called sacrificing or shirking their responsibilities. The wives are sucking it all up.
Okay, one thing, I know I'm gonna get some, I'm saying, I know people gonna be talking shit about me after I say this, but yo, I'm a grown ass man, right? I got kids, I got a wife. I don't think I have any business playing video games. Even if I come home from work, I'm spending time with my kids. I'm spending time with my family, with my wife. We watching something together. We eating. We talking. You think my marriage gonna last if I come home, take a shower, I take my plate to eat in my room and play video games? No. This is what's wrong with you guys, man. What are you, man? Like, if you're a grown ass man with a wife and kids and you playing video games, bro, your wife ain't happy, bro. And while you playing video games, she might be texting somebody else. Because you gotta, like, bro, you're not like checking into a hotel. Okay, you're paying the bills. Cool. You paying the bills, but you need to also entertain, your wifey. You gotta be the family man, because you the one who made this family, right? You the one who pumped the kids into her, all that. So now you gotta step up and do all that shit, man. If you wanted to play video games, bro, you should have just stayed single. You know what I mean? You can still go to work, come home, eat, and go to the fucking room and play video games. Why'd you have to get a woman and have babies and shit? I don't know. I ain't playing video games in probably shit. I was done playing video games in high school, man, and that was it. But that's just me. I know some men love playing video games. They're grown ass men, and I don't think. But that's just my take though. I don't think the grown ass men ain't got no business playing video games, man. Leave that shit for your kids, bro.
I almost did not marry you. I just thought about it now.
Hold on, is this shit real or is this a prank?
I almost did not marry you because one of your favorite character is mermaid.
So when we first started dating, I told him I'm the Little Mermaid. Like, I go into the water, I grow a fin, and I'm officially the Little Mermaid.
Jesus power, super power. Jesus power, super power. Listen, mommy, water power, powerless power.
I don't know what I just watched, but I'm gonna end the video right here, man. I think that's enough for me. But yo, man, listen, if you guys messing with my shit, I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys tuning in and showing love and taking your time out to watch my videos. Thank you, and just know I'm about to go crazy on this YouTube shit, man. Yeah. Yo, leave your thoughts in the comment, alright? And I'm gonna try to engage with you. I know some of you men not gonna like me about when I say about the video games. But yo, it is what it is, man. That's how I understand the world, you know. And if you have a different like point of view, man, leave it in the comment, and I will give it a listen or read. Peace.